Okay, I'm going to call to order the November 12th, 2024 Board of Elections meeting for Center County. All those who are able, please rise for the pledge. Okay, is there anyone here at this time who would like to make a public comment for items not appearing on the agenda? Okay, seeing no one for, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. If you would like to make a public comment, there's a microphone right here, and that way it'll catch it for the recording. If you could just introduce yourself by name and then where you reside in the county.
Okay. My name is Mary Valero. I reside in Fleming, also known as Unionville. I don't see it on the agenda, so you can move me if I'm in the wrong time slot here. But
Okay.
I wanted to request, I'm here today to request that at least a part of our audit is done by hand. So hand recounting for the 2% audit. It may be bigger than 2%, but I'm asking that it be hand counted. That's really the only way to verify that the machine count matches the voter paper ballot, the voter intent with the machine. Now, it's been a long time since I've been in one of these meetings, but I started to think about it. Like 20 years ago, we started fighting for paper ballots, and the reason was so that we could check the voter intent with the machine count. And if that's not verified, then might as well be on the machine. So in the past, I know after past elections, we were able to do hand-counted audits. And I wouldn't expect the whole election to be hand-counted. But for the small audit, it can be done. I know hand-counting can be tricky and there's human error. But I've watched it done, we've done it. And I really think to verify the results this time would go a long way. As they say, trust but verify. Two other comments. I really appreciate all the work you all have done. I know that I'm clueless of everything you've had to go through. This election has been really, really important, and I thank you.
Thank you.
And one other thing, I hope that we're going to talk a little bit about the mail-in ballots, because even though I've read the news, it would be really good to have some sort of explanation. So I thought maybe that would happen. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Is anyone else here who would like to make a public comment? All right. Seeing none, then we'll move on to additions to the agenda. Greg, would you be able to check if there's anyone next door, in the room next door? Or I guess Steve can. Okay, there is a little bit of a delay with the recording.
We're all good.
Okay.
I can see.
Okay, from either of the board members, are there any additions to the agenda?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Seeing none, then I'll just note that I think we're going to move item C under general election to be our first item so that the staff is able to get those results to the Department of State in time for the 5 o'clock deadline. Okay. Moving on, then we'll move on to item C then, and I will turn it over to Melanie.
Okay. This is our unofficial returns reporting form, right here. I had to go and print out a list from our election software and compare it to the votes that we uploaded onto the Department of State. So do you want me to read the totals that I have?
Sure.
Okay. For Harris, total votes 41,074. Trump, total votes 38,796. Oliver 470 and Stein 361. For U.S. Senator, Casey 40,341. McCormick 38,027. Thomas, 1,040. Hazow, 696. And Selker, 234. Attorney General, DePasquale, 37,508. Sunday, 39,621. Coburn, 1,030. Weiss, 686. McGill, 262. And Settle, 234. Auditor General, Kenyatta, 37,270. DeFore, 39,287. Smith, 1,518. Anton, 206. Goodrich, 497. State Treasurer, McClellan, 37,087. Garrity, 39,787. Selesky, 1,122. Bowman, 440. And Foster, 322. We have approximately 80 provisionals that are left to be counted, and approximately 27 absentee mail-ins for the military left to be counted. Total ballots cast so far, 81,345.
So you want us to certify without the 100 approximately other votes in there?
Yes, because then,
I
yeah, so
understand.
then we can add whatever we get today into the official next week.
And we will at that point have all the votes tallied and entered today in today's,
Yes.
We
Well,
have
they'll be-
we have four challenged provisional ballots
Right.
that we cannot do today. And we may have challenges from the provisional ballots this afternoon.
Okay.
but the 100, essentially the 100 votes that you're referring to, we will hopefully get taken care of today.
They'll be
We're
finished
gonna go
today,
through them
yes.
today, yes. We will canvass them today.
But
And then
not
will
in
they,
time for official results.
No.
I'm sorry, not in time.
Not
for
in
the-
time for these results, no.
but they would they then be uploaded to the website so that people can see that, those in the totals then?
The Department of State, their reporting closes at 5.
Okay.
So these results that we get in, if it's after 5 o'clock, we will upload them first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
And they'll show up tomorrow.
yep.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
I guess my concern is because the Senate race is so tight that they're going to need to know to the vote almost. where
Yeah,
we
we'll
stand.
do them first thing
Exactly.
tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay. All right, is there anything else we need to go over before we vote on the pre-certification?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Any,
so,
you may want to ask for comments.
okay. Is there anyone here who would like to make a public comment in regard to the pre-certification?
I would just like to,
Oh, if you could come up to the microphone, thank you.
Jeff Stover, Center County Council for the Democratic Party, and these comments also are for Senator Casey's campaign. We would like to just renew the objection we raised on Friday with respect to the provisional ballots, so that that is a continuing objection as we go through this and as it pertains to this, the count that you're going to pre-certify. I have submitted today a letter brief to your solicitor that more fully details our objections, and so I would ask that be incorporated into the record.
Okay. All right, so Betsy, in terms of the process then, when we do with the pre-certification, there's been two different challenges raised, so how does that affect what we pre-certify?
Well, we've got kind of apples and oranges here.
Okay.
You're required by the code to do a pre-certification today, as you are. We have, outside of these votes, are 4 challenged ballots that the board wanted to approve that were challenged on Friday. And then in addition, Mr. Stover raised on Friday and has renewed today his objection to the ballots that were not counted. That is the ones that provisional ballots that we did not count for various reasons. So that doesn't change what you're doing right now.
Okay.
when we get done at the end of the last group of provisionals, I'm sure Mr. Stover will renew his objection as well at that time.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone here else who would like to, if you'd like to make a comment, if you could introduce yourself first?
Louis Glantz. I believe the GOP chairman objected on Friday to the method in which you're conducting the recount, the statistical recount. And we filed an appeal today, and I'll give you a copy of it.
Okay.
Basically, it recites the statute that requires it be of all the ballots, not just the people that walked in. And secondly, there's a related statute that's cited in there, and a January 13th, 2013 report of the Secretary of the Commonwealth that basically says the equipment you use in this county is permissible, however, the statistical recount is required to be done manually. And that's part of the appeal as well, both those things. And I think you've scheduled them for Thursday. I think it's something you can easily do, but we're serving you with the appeal today because you apparently made some sort of decision on Friday, which was meeting the 2-day deadline.
Is this an appeal to the Court of Common Pleas?
It is.
Yeah, so it's out of our hands, the board's hands at this point.
No, it's not out of the board's hands. The board can make a decision to comply with the statute, and you don't have to go through the courts. Your lawyer may say that, but there's absolutely no reason this has to go to court. You can comply with the statutes and do the recount of all the ballots. You can do it the way you've been doing it. You can take precinct by precinct until you get to 2,000. But when you do each precinct, you need to take all the ballots for that precinct, not just the ones that were people that walked into the voting place. I don't know why you'd suggest that everything has to go to court. It can, but the statute requires a hearing within 3 days, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. It's very clear in the statute that you are required to do a statistical recount. You know you are because you're going to do it, and it has to be more than 2,000 votes, and it needs to be across all the voting. Well, the way you're going to do it, you're excluding, I did a mail-in ballot, you're excluding me in that recount. The military people that sent their ballots in, you're not counting them because you're saying we're only going to do the ones that walked into a polling place. That's simply not the way the statute's written. And in addition, because of the machines you use, the Secretary of the Commonwealth has said you're required to do it manually, not just in another machine. So you have two things there.
Well, we can take it under advisement. I'm not prepared. I haven't even seen
Right.
what's been filed, so.
Right. Okay. Okay, anyone else for public comment? Okay. All right, then I would take a motion to pre-certify the unofficial results for the November 5th, 2024 general election to the Department of State.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, that's been moved and seconded. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that item has passed. Then we will move on to item A, continuing to canvass overseas and military ballots. Okay. Steve, do you want to pass that to Betsy? Oh, I need to sign it. Thank you.
000329. Okay, let's do this. Now, we're gonna need.
How many did we receive, do we know?
There's 27, I think, here.
Oh, she's the clerk?
These are overseas. These are not the people that had to clarify ID.
8, I don't think so, 9, 10.
might need to send a copy or two out. Melody, do we need to send a copy or two of this out into the audience?
Not yet, this is,
Not
that's
yet?
provisionals, that's
Okay,
provisional.
oh, that's for later.
Do you need to go do that, or to submit the Department of State?
Yeah, okay, final. Do we sign it or do John sign it?
I think John's supposed to sign it as the clerk. Okay, so we have 19 military overseas ballots that have come in by the deadline. And so these are not gonna be organized by precinct, we'll just walk through them and do them.
You should have the precincts on them, right?
They do.
Okay.
So this one is precinct 68. This one is precinct 43. Those are the easy ones, I hope, because we don't have to make them. This is precinct 67.
Steve, could you pass down the letter openers? We only appear to have one set up.
Yeah, well, we got enough groups here that,
Oh, this one's pre-open. No, it's not.
as we did the last time we did these, we're looking for affirmations. All of these have them on the
This
outside.
is the affirmation.
Yes. Yeah, I'm okay. Affirmation?
I've got a signed affirmation.
Now, when he comes back, we'll find out if that's gonna go through, and if I can make that or not. Oh, that's the new one, I got you.
Do as well, have a signed affirmation.
That looks like the real deal.
Yeah,
Looks like.
Well,
real
wait a
ballot.
minute, no, then, yes, it is. Yep,
so these two should go through.
yeah, that should be all right.
Put these over here. Now, let me take from you this. This is gonna be scrap because we don't need it. Affirmation, okay. Okay,
And then
so.
I got a question on this one. Federal voter, I don't actually have a name of a candidate.
You do for two. So
Right,
that's
for
what you
two.
use, yep.
Okay, all right,
So you guys need to remake that ballot.
all right.
You and
So
Mark. Or you
Amber and I,
and
John?
Yeah. Okay, this one is from precinct 41.
Yeah, I'm double checking the precinct, but
That's
it's
crazy.
supposed to be the right one.
Do I have blacker? It is black. yeah.
Extra tape.
So, for president, Donald Trump.
44-1.
For senator, Dave McCormick.
Is that 40, what is
And
this?
then, since I don't actually have a name or fraction
41,
of
you
name.
said it's 44, so it must be where they're registered.
44 is what this shows.
This is the voter information.
This is the
This is-
affidavit.
Okay,
Yeah, what's,
there's a signature there.
No, affidavit. Okay.
what precinct are they showing?
Well, I'm gonna have to ask, I'm gonna send this one back.
That says 41.
Yep. This says this person's a federal voter, so we would only do the federal.
the federal.
Federal stuff.
Okay,
But let me confirm that. How's that? Because
okay.
it probably means they're registered in 44, but they put 41. I
Okay.
don't know. Let me confirm. Okay. Just see if I can get the rest of these in order. 52.
Okay, should I open this then?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna do these now in order.
Okay.
Okay, 22. Okay, this is precinct. Oh, I saw a 21 here, so. There it is,
22
right
and
there.
26.
There's 21. Okay. Let's do that one. You need one, Mark?
Okay.
Precinct 22. This is the back.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the affidavit. It was signed.
This one. It says, that's on it.
Okay.
Intent to return.
We are a federal voter, I guess.
It says intended to return, right?
Oh,
Oh, there it is. Okay. I've got an affidavit.
In any case, I'm going to look at these.
Affidavit?
Harris? Casey?
So, actually, can I double check that? I've got a full ballot here, and I just want to make sure they're a full ballot voter. Temporarily. Full ballots. Okay, let me know when you're ready, John. Kamala Harris. Robert Casey.
Give my paper clips over soon.
Eugene D. Pascal.
Okay, all right, thank you. Now you'll have to give me that.
Malcolm Kenyatta. Aaron McClellan.
This one is precinct 26.
Oh, whoops, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Sorry.
did you swipe that?
No.
Yes, you
I mean, I
did.
swiped it from here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do my
You got an
now.
order that you're-
Precinct
okay.
26.
And Paul
Okay.
Buchanan.
Just have to put these two in, sorry. Sorry to make it difficult.
That's okay.
Glad you're doing this.
You need the stabber?
I think, let's see, this one seems to be pretty sharp.
This is 56.
Alvin, first paper.
Okay, so here's our affidavit. It's a military voter.
This is-
Okay, all right.
What?
He's gonna get another table, so we have some workspace up
Oh, I'm
front.
okay, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good. It's ready for precinct 36. It's all right, there's not that many of these.
This says 32 on it, you've got a 32, right?
Oh, is it 32?
Yeah, just double checking the
Okay,
precincts.
this is precinct 26.
Okay, this is it temporarily resigning.
Trump,
This is one of those weird ones.
Thomas,
It's one of those weird ones with the multiple interior components, so you gotta check it very carefully.
Lee Smith, Nicholas,
All right, and yes,
okay,
ready?
Glenn Thompson,
Kamala Harris,
Chris Dush, and Therese Holland.
Robert Casey, Eugene D. Pascal, Malcolm Kenyatta, Aaron McClellan,
There you is.
Zach Boomer, William
This
McGill,
guy is from precinct 39.
H. Scott Thompson.
Right on the campaign precinct.
This is very,
Yep, there we go.
for this one, for this one.
So. Precinct 41.
All right. Ooh, great
Yeah,
stamps.
precinct 39, Bronx West.
Affidavit. Rivera, okay.
We have an affidavit, it's temporarily outside.
Harris. Casey.
All right, and precinct 41? Kamala Harris. Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay. I don't
Aaron.
mind grabbing them.
Robert Casey,
Zach. And then there was no vote on the Senate
Well.
race, and then Paul Tikak.
Jim DeFore. Stacy Garrity,
Muted.
Glenn G.T. Thompson,
Giving this one back to you, it is a full vote, it's a military, and we
Chris
have the
Dush.
right ballot to go with it.
Okay.
So thank you both for catching that.
and Paul Buchanan.
That was 41.
Yeah, it's precinct, it's another precinct.
It is a full vote. Okay.
Straighten this out here.
So So they filled in all
good.
of the 3 different representatives. So
Well, pick one.
do we fill it in for Holland then? But they filled in all 3 of these.
I don't know which, well, who's on the ballot? We'll know who's on it.
Holland.
Yeah, so you would just do Holland and not the
Okay.
others, right?
Yeah.
Precinct
Okay.
42.
All
Donald
right.
Trump. Dave McCormick. Glenn Thompson, because it goes in that order. And then David Sunday. Stacey Dorr.
right.
He's
No.
not done on that.
I mean, he's not listed as a write-in, is he? I mean, I can write him in, but.
Okay, then Teresa Holland.
All right. I have a signed
There's
out,
no-
and it's outside U.S. temporarily.
The only senator they wrote it, put here is Wayne White.
Yeah, but they don't have him listed as a write-in. So, okay.
You guys are good with that.
Are we
Precinct
certain this is
42?
the right precinct?
Yeah.
Okay. Kamala
Because
Harris.
it would be Langer Holt perhaps if it were 44, I'm not certain.
Robert
Well, they
Casey.
confirmed, she had Tish double checked that the person was 41.
Okay,
Eugene D. Pasquale.
She had the whole shebang.
fair
But speaking
enough.
of precinct 44.
Melvin Kenyatta.
Okay.
Okay. Well, where's this
Aaron
one from?
McClellan.
Spain, okay.
Well, they've had some pretty bad weather there.
Boots of Spanish leather.
Salamanca.
He's back in.
Yep,
Nice
that one.
there.
Skipped the senatorial race. Paul Pittman.
They made good swords in the 17th century. They made scimitars.
Great.
Precinct
So
47.
we have
All
a
right.
signed affidavit.
I have more. Oh, you do?
Shamrock
We're
Avenue.
basically just reusing them as we go
I
along.
appreciate
No problem. Come on. There we go.
Kamala Harris. Casey. Eugene D. Pasquale.
Okay, signed voter declaration outside U.S. temporarily.
Aaron Fine. Zach Roman. Ryan McGill. And Paul Pittman.
There you have it.
Okay, 47? Yes. Kamala Harris,
The 52.
Robert Casey, Eugene D. Pasquale, Malcolm Kenyatta, Aaron McClellan, Zach Boomer, Wayne Langer Volk, and
Precinct 52.
Scott Cobb.
Just sign affidavit.
7. Looks good.
Okay. Kamala Harris.
This one is
Casey?
precinct 56.
Okay.
Dave Pasquale. Kenyatta. Fine. Wilmer.
That's gonna cause issues
Langer
later.
Holt.
Okay, double check.
All right, I have a signed application,
Precinct 57.
also temporary. So they are actually a full slate. All right, that's what they sent us. John, 56?
How did I not notice that the Forward Party
Kamala
had an
Harris.
Attorney General candidate after all this? The Forward Party.
Yeah.
The Forward Party has
that
a
Andrew
state
Yang?
treasurer.
Richard Weiss.
I don't think I've seen one yet.
Kenyatta.
Wasn't that,
Aaron
there was some
McClellan.
litigation, wasn't there, about getting on the ballot?
They're on there. The Forward Party is represented on the ballot.
William McGill. Oh, sorry. And Paul Daly.
Affidavit?
56.
Didn't see where he's supposed to vote, but it says he's supposed to vote.
Leela, Richard, Zach, William. Boy, this is tape everywhere.
Sunday,
Staples.
Four,
I'll try this corner.
Stacy Garrity,
There.
Glenn Thompson, Chris Dosh.
Oh, lovely. All right.
St. Edie.
Gotta try to get around this staple. Can I have the one with the handle? This is just not working.
Oh, dear.
No, I managed to get around the staple, but the little slitting device is not getting the job done. Okay, signed application, armed services, military. Appears to be a Hallmark envelope. All right, precinct 65? Yes.
Okay, and
Kamala
precinct
Harris.
82. Okay, last one.
Robert Casey. Eugene D. Pasquale.
This one is also extremely
Malcolm
taped.
Kenyatta. Stacy Garrett.
Slitters, okay.
And for Congress,
pretty good.
G.T. Thompson,
Something there's nowhere to get
Wayne Langervold,
it into.
sorry. And H. Scott Howell.
Waterproof, too.
Yeah, okay.
That's way to make sure it gets there.
Harris, Casey.
Okay, Donald Trump.
And we worked our way through that stack.
Dave McCormick, Dave Sunday, Tim DeFore, Stacy Garrity, Glenn Thompson, Chris Dosh, Therese Holland.
Make sure we got her in there.
Okay. Make sure I didn't leave anything. You know what? Let's go to C. So,
These more of the same?
Yes. So we actually have 22, which is what she had. 14 and 19. There's actually 2 and 19.
Oh, all right.
Please do not stab each other.
Make good decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a sign for David here.
Yeah, we have 22. I'm sorry, they were on the side.
Okay. All right, I've got one that's signed and it's temporarily outside the country. All right, John, precinct 19?
Yes.
Kamala Harris. Robert Casey.
Keep Sunday.
Eugene D. Pasquale.
Tim DeFore.
Malcolm Kenyatta.
Stacy Garrity.
Aaron
Glenn
McLean.
Thompson. Chris Dush.
Zach Weimer.
And Teresa Hall.
William McGill. And H. Scott Conklin.
How many provisionals are we showing yet?
There's about 80 here.
All right, that's good.
That's what she reported.
I know.
It's just, I gotta get them back in order, so. Interesting,
Well, it's
Sorry.
depressing that they don't use stamps anymore. These used to be so much more
Yeah.
exciting when there were stamps that. from the
Temporary
various
voter.
countries
From
that they were
various
from.
countries, yeah.
Signed.
The electronic postage just doesn't have the same flair.
No, it doesn't.
Although we did have one from Poland that was pretty nice.
Nice.
They had one over here that had some interesting
19,
stamps.
yes. Kamala Harris. Skip Senator, skipped Attorney General, skipped Auditor General, skipped State Treasurer, skipped Congress, skipped State Senate, and skipped State Representative. There we go. That matches.
Is there anything?
Get these to Jody. You're 22. Provisionals.
So one of those might be for you, John, and
These
another
are
might be
all
for
of
Aaron
them.
and
So
Albert Wall. Remember we had a
the
couple
ones you went
extras?
through the other day.
Yeah, and one's for you, one's for Aaron. We've got a lot of extra copies for the audience.
Is there anything?
Yeah, you gotta just take one and send it back.
Yeah.
Got an extra in here, I'll steal that.
Betsy, I don't have a copy.
I thought we passed.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. that's
You were
okay,
so
thanks.
nice, you sent them all down.
Yes.
All right. All right. So this is the full list. You guys, we did shorter lists because we didn't have time to make copies as we did yesterday. I guess whenever it was over the weekend. So, the good news is we're starting at the top. Well, I don't see. I don't see precinct 1 in my bin, so now that I said we're starting at the top.
Matthew Seabush.
We did one. Did we do one already? Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, well,
One on Friday.
Bless
let me
you.
know if I'm missing one, you can tell me. Okay, so we're at precinct 2, which there are 2 that are unprocessed at this time. They both, unprocessed pending decision. I see what she has in there. Both of these, the voter did not sign the acclamation. Judges signed, but not the voter, so.
This is, yeah, we noted before, we need to make sure that our training includes
Right.
making sure that voters do.
The voter has to sign twice. Yeah, but they have to sign
Oh,
twice.
Right,
They have to sign before they get the
Mhm.
ballot, and they sign after they get the ballot.
okay.
So, these are rejections. Okay, so, precinct 2, Susan Christie, Mary Kay Jones, both rejected. Precinct 3. We have, find the ones that are gonna be counted. Hannah Coslow is a full count. Alana Fleck is a full count. Connie Hauser is a full count. Amy Niss is a full count. Sadie Leopold is a full count, and Evan William Ward is a full count. So I'll give this to you, Andrew.
So we should have 6 full count.
6 full count. Now, the 2 that are being rejected, Lisa Cadman is unregistered, and Dana Praskovich is rejected because she's registered in Allegheny County.
Okay.
Here are 2 envelopes.
Thanks, Andy. That's easy. Okay. Nicely filled in. Unless we're just flattening that, right?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. That's looking better.
why.
Like, man, these are not even naked ballots, they're like
Not even
bacon
ballots.
ballots.
I should give it to you. I'm gonna curve this on. You're flat.
Is there anything in
Precinct 3, we have 1 to count, Tanya M. Swatsworth.
full count?
Yep. Precinct 4. That's precinct 4, yes, sorry.
Pass those to you for flattening.
Let me keep these, John, separate from what you did. Okay, so precinct 5, we have full counts. Alice Doker, Jessica Hall, Fatima Wien, no, these are out of order, and Allison Link. They're all full counts.
All right.
And then we have some
That's, they're all good to go. That's a full count.
rejections. We have Anthony E. Rigardi Jr., he's not registered.
Okay, not naked.
And Natalie Workman is incomplete affidavit, she did not sign.
I'll take the green and pull up back, John.
And then we have 1 pending in 5, which is Charles Hanson. And this one is not going to be processed. being investigated for fraud. So, huh? Again? Again, yes. Yes.
Same person that been previously.
Were you here for the bed and breakfast conversation? The guy registered at his Airbnb address.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry? Well, you can put him as rejected. She is on process, but he's gonna be rejected. Because-
I'm not doing it.
Well, you can't. Precinct 6. We have 2 to count, full counts, Kayla Hopkins, Ruth Anna, Sophia McMurtry. We have a rejection, not registered, Sean Gray. Precinct 7, no provisional ballots. Precinct 8, no provisional ballots. Precinct 9. So we've got one count. It's a full count, Nathan Sweely. Precinct 10, for a total of 3 full count.
I have a question.
Yes, sir, before I go.
If somebody has identified their,
Is that his name?
well, I'm guessing it's, there's nothing else.
Yeah, that's his name, he signed it.
Okay.
We're toast.
All right. I will show that to you so you
I
can,
see it, yep. All right.
No identifying marks. Okay, so precinct 9, Sweely is rejected. I gotta put him in order, which I will do. Okay, precinct 10, full counts. Susan Petrovich Blythe, Kathy Jo McMaster, Aurora Mary Romana Cordova.
Cordivari.
Cordivari, thank you. Those are full counts. Alexis Frank is rejected, she is not registered.
Is there? You look more rested than you did last week, John.
Precinct 11. We have, how many to count? We have 4 to count. Janet Oswald, Sonda Jill Irwin, Bridget Michelle Rhetoric,
Rhetoric.
and Gregory P. Hunter.
Okay.
We have 3 to reject. David Evans, not registered. Doris Coleman, she is registered, but her mail-in ballot was received. And Cynthia Kiefer, incomplete voter affidavit.
Not signed.
Pardon?
Not signed.
Not signed, yeah.
Not signed. All right.
Okay. Let me put these back before I get confused. Probably later in the day, so I'm a little tired. Precinct 12. We have 1 to count, a full count, Wendy Gale Donnelly. And we have 2 to reject for not being registered, John Clark Ladd and Lydia Walchik. Precinct 13, sorry, everybody. Edward Earl Hamer and Ian Lee Steyer, both full counts. These are both unprocessed pending investigations of contents. So they both have full certifications, but we need to investigate their contents.
We'll find out.
That's what the guinea pigs here.
I think one feels very empty.
One feels quite full.
Yes.
That is their,
Surrendered their ballot.
so that's
I've
okay
got
then?
A lot of nakedness on
This
this one.
one's all naked. Yeah, let me read that. It wasn't surrendered ballot in there, but that's fine.
That's okay, so this is a full count then?
Right, we're not counting this, that's a full count.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so,
That one's naked.
hang on, it's 14. Rebecca Plubel is a naked ballot, so she will be rejected. But Anthony Renton Clement will be a full count.
And why was it unprocessed?
Because we had to investigate what was on the inside.
Which we just did.
Here, they go like this guy.
Is there any?
Precinct 15, no, 0 provisional ballots issued. Precinct 16, we have 1, which is a full count, Susan Q. Port.
Was rejected.
Precinct. We did.
It should be seven,
17.
yeah, and that's been rejected.
It's a rejected, she already cast her mail-in ballot, Kaylin Willits.
Yes. Which takes us to 18.
You already did it. No. You have 18 and 19.
Okay.
So remember,
On the home stretch.
yeah, remember we stopped somewhere near 20.
They did very well on 18 for
Precinct 18.
batting averages up.
Got 19 ballots. For full counts, we have Madison DeWeese, Ella Vera Campbell, Jenny's, Siddharth R. Karp, Karpe, Ella Kusileus, Jason Lambertus, Giovanna Lee, Bradley Matthews, Karina Pandia,
Sure.
Christopher Red, and Victoria Wood. Anybody on this list I didn't read? Looks like everybody, okay. We have 2 partial counts. Chase Insabella and Matthew Wenger.
What? Wagoner.
Wegener, yes. Do not count legislative for these 2. I'm gonna give
All
these
right.
to you,
Okay.
so you guys can rename them. And then in that, and I'll give you these guys, these are the full counts. The rejected ones, Ella Froming, not registered, Grace Moonberg, registered in Chester County, Dylan
Assuming we're gonna
McMaster,
make these
not registered,
these on the express
Catherine
vote.
Elaine McVeigh, registered in Westmoreland County, Harry James Montague, not registered, Blake Daniel Lumad, not registered, and Alexa Van Voorhees, not registered.
Well, most of this ballot's blank anyway, so that's gonna be easy.
Oh, you guys can do the.
Right, we'll go to the express vote. And when it says legislative, they just mean like the state representative?
Legislative is the state representative,
Okay.
right. Yeah. these are
Yeah,
both-
they're both
Both the
roughly
same,
the same.
both the
We
same.
can't count the state rep vote,
Can't count the state rep.
provided they actually filled in that bubble.
These are all open.
Those are open.
I'll leave them with John then.
No, they did fill this one in, so we'll have to skip it.
It's
Okay.
empty? Oh.
No, it's not empty. They did vote everybody on here, so we'll have to skip the state rep. Why don't we do that first? Earl?
Just flatten these out. I'll pull these things all different ways.
All right.
These for John to approve, just so to make sure we did it right.
We're trying. There's that one. Let's see. I have a question.
Okay?
The provisional ballots also had the Spanish version. Regular ballots do.
Yeah, and I'll split up the state prints. I'm,
I'd like to lodge a protest, please.
okay, please watch it. Isn't that what Sheldon does? Formal protest, informal protest,
That's
he
right.
wants this whole thing.
That's right.
Yeah, the provisional ballots format all comes from DOS. Yeah. He wants to protest. There's another language on this.
Yeah, that one has
It doesn't
Spanish.
matter,
and
the
the other
lack
one,
of Spanish
the other
on
one
the other
doesn't.
one.
Yeah, the other one doesn't have Spanish on it. And I also want to know why Swahili is not on there.
From 6, right? Yeah.
I can keep going if you want.
Now we have Google
Mandarin.
Translate, we can make anything.
I want to see some Cyrillic on there next time, too.
It'd be like,
Yeah, exactly
Big.
right. That's exactly right.
get a magnifying glass to. No, it's not.
Should have French on there, too.
They do have.
They should.
What 360 is.
Exactly.
Oh, I know what he is. Wait a minute. I know what he is. Hang on, I got him right here. Okay. Well, before we do the last precinct, I have it right here. I can direct them to it. If you guys slip back to precinct 84, we're waiting for an ID from Dakota McNixdorf. He has provided his ID, or she, and we will be a full count for that. Precinct 84, I think I have that right, 84, it's under unprocessed. Dakota Nixdorf will now be a full count.
What was that?
Precinct 84, towards the end of your packet, Dakota Nixdorf will now be a full count.
Why is that?
Because he provided his ID. He was unprocessed because he had till today to provide his ID. Or her, sorry. Dakota? Yep, Dakota Nixdorf, Nixdorf.
Then I have another question, but I'll wait until all this is done. Darn right I'm causing trouble. I want answers.
Ballot where the timing marks on the bottom were somehow cut off by
Okay,
some.
so you're doing that first and then
Doing
you're
that
finished.
first,
But
then
don't
we'll do
mix
that.
it with those other ballots. You gotta keep it separate.
This is
Just pull this one out.
I didn't know that because I can't read English. I can only read Swahili.
Our last precinct. We have the following full counts. It says Zachary Anders, Aaron Johnson, Anja Cornelia Lucas, Ethan McLeod, Brian Mark Rogers, Holly Sugart, Keandre Smith, and Mindy Smith.
Those are all full counts.
Those are all full counts. Questions?
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full counts.
Yes. And then the rejections are Raymond Falcone, who's registered in Allegheny County, George Andres Garcia, he voted but his mail-in ballot was received, Larry Nagel, rejected, not registered, and Kyle Stolpa, rejected, not registered. So you go when they go over there.
We're still waiting for the express vote to be reprogrammed.
Or we can make ballots. Do you want me to just make the ballots so you can make them?
Or you have it back on the precinct.
Yeah, they can do that. They're waiting for this, they're supposed to use the program. Oh, okay. These are all redos.
Essentially, yes. These we have to take off the legislative districts. That one was because the timing marks got cut off.
I just want to keep them separate so we don't.
Right, that's why I was trying to put them on the back wall. We're still handling live ballots here.
You're speedy. I'm not speedy. I'm not speedy. Not Speedy Gonzalez.
last couple, and then we can take action on these.
Okay. I do have a question before we take action.
Okay?
I want to take, I want it on the record. Question.
Okay.
Since nothing's written in Cyrillic and I can't understand what's going on here. Or Mandarin.
Okay, so we have 3 ballots yet to remake.
Yes.
While we have a moment, I have a question.
Okay?
One of our provisional ballots that we did not get a chance to analyze, Mr. Charles W. Hanson,
Right.
which is the second time that this conversation has occurred. Could I have clarification, or could we, as the board, have clarification as to what exactly an under investigation means? Has it been turned over to the district attorney's office?
Yeah, that's. My understanding is he applied for a mail-in ballot, and when the application was received, it was turned over to the district attorney. Or did he get the ballot? You can turn, go ahead.
He did not receive the ballot.
Okay, the mail-in ballot.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, so he filed for a provisional.
He went to he filed for a mail-in ballot. He was not given a mail-in ballot. It was turned over to the district attorney. In the meantime, on election day, he went to the polling place, as anyone does, and asked for a provisional ballot, and he voted provisionally.
Okay, but this is in the hands of the district attorney's office.
That is correct.
That's
And
all
now that you have
I want.
adjudicated the provisional ballot, we will also put that into his hands as well.
Okay, so we will be apprised of his status. This is the second time we're having this conversation.
Yes, yes. And
I
it's,
would like a firm and fair conversation about his eligibility to vote, because it probably will happen a third time.
yeah, we will get you an update, maybe we can even have an update for Thursday, but it probably
I
will
would
be next
appreciate that.
Tuesday.
So he's not a registered voter in Seneca?
No, no. And just to clarify, in 2022, he applied for a mail-in ballot at an address he did not reside at. The persons in charge came and testified to the board to confirm that, but I believe he also applied for a mail-in ballot in other states. Or tried to vote in other states, yes. And I can't confirm if that happened this time or not.
Not, to the best information that I was provided, he does not reside at the address.
No,
that
he does not.
is on his attempted registration, or whatever it is that he's doing here.
Yes. And his registration was canceled, so I don't know whether he went through and got another registration. Or did he, I don't, we'll get you the full details.
Yeah, this is the second time through. This is not a
I understand.
precedent.
Understand.
Has there been any communication with him?
Not by our office. Once he came in to apply, the information was all turned over to the district attorney.
Thank you.
John, what are you putting in? Provisional. Did you close out the military?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you have one more to remake.
Military?
Or is that a remake?
Those are all provisional.
Those were all provisionals. Okay, okay. Yeah, I have military. Okay, I didn't understand why we would have a provisional to remake.
Somebody
The bottom's ripped off.
Okay.
sliced off the bottom.
Okay. Gotcha. So I think while John is doing that, Aaron, can you read off by precinct what we're doing today in terms of, we've already voted previously, so this is just the precincts you've reviewed today.
There was precincts 2 to 6, 9 to 14, and 16 to 19 that we did today.
And also precinct 84, we had one in 84.
Yeah, I added the I. So precinct 2, I have 2 rejected, 3, 6 full count, 2 rejected, 4, 1 full count, 5, 4 full count, 3 rejected, 6, 2 full count, 1 rejected, 9, 1 rejected, 10, 3 counted, 1 rejected, 11, 4 counted, 3 rejected, 12, 1 counted, 2 rejected, 13, 2 counted, 14, 1 counted, 1 rejected, it was a naked ballot, 16, 1 counted, 17, 1 rejected, 18, 10 counted, 2 partial, 7 rejected, 19, did we do 19 or just the
Yes.
last?
We did
19 we did, 8 counted, 4 rejected. And then I also updated,
Well, 84 is just the one we counted today.
yeah, 84, and then there were 2 other precincts that had ID, and Melanie said they did not, so I added them as rejected.
And what precincts were those?
They were 23, now has 5 rejected. Precinct 30 now has 9 rejected. The ID was not provided in that precinct either. 84 we already talked about, that was a full count added. Which now has, 84 has 6 accepted and 2 rejected. And that was it.
Questions? Anybody? Objections? You want to raise your objection again?
Yeah, or at the end, I can certainly.
Yeah, we're ready for them to act on these.
So just confirming my continuing objection for the rejections that, continued objection for the rejections for the provisional ballots we just did for the last few precincts on the same basis, and as stated in our letter brief, having to do with rejections because of non-registration or wrong county, and the concern that maybe the record is either not up to date or missing spelling names or that kind of variation in names. And as far as where no signatures are on there, we take the position that we object to the rejection on that basis because the poll worker should make sure those signatures are right. And that's a good thing. That's all.
And I'll just simply advise the board, as we did last on Friday, that one of the reasons it took our staff longer to go through the provisional ballots is because they do a thorough review for every voter checking middle names, transpositions, confirming where they were last registered. And so not only did we say they were not registered in Center County, they specifically identified where they were registered. And of course, we're not allowed provisional ballots. If you cast a provisional ballot and are not a registered voter in Center County, we're not allowed to count you. Only if you're within our jurisdiction can we count you, and then that's how we end up with partial counts and other issues. So from my perspective, the staff has done a thorough job on all of these to look through as much information as they can to ascertain the situation with the voters. We did get instructions from the Department of State that we needed to have the signatures, the voters' 2 signatures. I think the board made some decisions that are still a pending challenge to accept 4 votes that were missing, I think, a judge or someone else's signature, a minority signature. And it has been the position of this board that we're following the decision in 2020 that a naked ballot here is the same as a naked ballot in an absentee scenario. So that has not been inconsistent since 2020.
All right. Is there anyone else that has a comment or?
Any other comments, questions?
Why don't we make Philip read first?
Okay.
So let's make sure this matches up, which it does not. We need a 3, not a 2. 3 Bellefonte. Do you want to take the other one back?
Are we okay to
We
make?
got another one too.
These in the meantime. Okay, let's verify. 18? 18.
And these ballots will be uploaded to the state in the morning.
Yeah, we can, when they're done scanning, we can read off the results.
Okay. All right, so 18, and this is one we can't put in the legislative. Jill Stein. Leila Hazou, however it's pronounced. Richard Weiss.
When is the drop
Kind of
dead
in the middle of the pack for
time for every county to have their votes all
No
counted?
vote for Auditor General, no
Is it
vote for
Thursday?
State Treasurer, no vote for Congress, no vote for State Senate, no vote for State Rep, which they couldn't.
Because they're gonna have to make a decision on this.
Okay, Stein,
Right.
Hazou,
I guess what I'm asking is,
Good.
when they
Unfortunately,
indicate that we have to do a recount,
Paper clips too.
that'd be Thursday,
Betsy?
based on the information that they have.
Yes. That's right.
So they'll get the results today and tomorrow probably, and on Thursday we'll indicate what the recount status is. We are inside the threshold right now.
We got another one, John?
Yes. Is that your understanding, Melanie? We're inside the threshold for a recount statewide?
We have the hill announced on the 14th.
Right, but I think right now we are still within the threshold.
Donald Trump? Dave McCormick? Dave Sunday? Tim DeFore? Stacy Garrity? Glenn Thompson? Chris Dush? And no allowed vote for state representative. Oh, sorry, we'll check. Trump, McCormick, Sunday, DeFore, Garrity, Thompson, Dush.
Top one.
Right, and then, this is the remake of the one that had the bottom sliced off. Three? Okay. Kamala Harris. Robert Casey. G.P. Pasquale. Malcolm Kenyatta. Aaron McClellan. Zach Woomer. William McGill. And no vote for state representative. So 3-3. Casey, Pasquale, Kenyatta, McClellan, William McGill, and Skip. Okay.
Okay. Are we ready for a motion then?
So that concludes the vote tallying at this point, correct?
Yeah, we just need to vote on this group.
Right, the actual numbers.
Okay, so could you help me with how we need to phrase that motion to approve the,
What Aaron read
What-
off
yeah.
as the rejected and accepted ballots for
Okay.
those precincts.
okay, then I will take a motion to approve the list for the precincts that Aaron read off for rejected and accepted provisional ballots.
I will make a motion to approve the ballots as read by Aaron.
I will second that motion.
Okay, that's moved and seconded. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? And that item has passed. At this point, is there any?
Question,
Pardon?
did we need a separate motion for the military and overseas ballots we processed today?
We probably should do that separately, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I make a motion to process the 22 military and overseas ballots that we received today.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, the motion to process the military and overseas ballots that were processed today, all those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, then that item has also passed. Okay, so the last item we had on the agenda was the canvassing any additional mail-in or absentee ballots where proof of ID was presented, if any. Nope, we have none on those.
She's gonna check.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
A couple of what? What did you say they were, a couple of what?
Changes.
Changes?
I don't know.
I think these are for the mail-in and absentees.
That
Perhaps
needed to
people who
present
didn't
an
have
ID.
ID at the time.
There's 10, I think.
That had no,
ID.
Okay. We aren't done yet then.
oh,
No.
okay, you're right, okay.
Oh, these are the issues.
Yeah, right.
Do you want to explain here or yet? Okay, so, I'm sure that mic's turned on, Sharon, sorry.
Okay, so for the date issue that we had on the November 7th meeting, we originally had 14 date issues. You rejected 11, and you counted, or would count 3, but they're under challenge right now. Since that date, one voter from the reject column has voted provisionally, which would change that number, reject to 10, and then count 4, 1 being counted, 3 still under challenge.
Let me understand. I'm not sure I'm following here. We counted 3 ballots and we rejected 11. So the 3 ballots we counted were counted. They were not challenged. They were counted.
Okay, my mistake. I
So
thought
you're
they-
saying, so what happened is there's one voter in the 11 who voted provisionally.
Provisionally,
Okay,
right.
but the board shouldn't change this decision. They've still rejected 11 ballots. It's just that one of those people voted provisionally,
Right,
okay?
right. Okay,
So, and that's the same thing then with J.
right,
We had people that we rejected, but they voted provisionally.
correct. One
Okay.
voter.
But that isn't going to change the decision here. That's just that we're not accepting their mail-in ballot. We accepted their provisional
Right,
ballot. Right.
correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay, okay.
Right.
So then the only thing the board needs to address is M. 3 voters provided necessary ID. Well, let me restate that. 1 voter has provided ID that we need to
Today,
open
right,
today.
Right. that we
Okay.
Provided ID today, and that would need to be scanned.
So then in theory, then we would be at 3 counted and 9 rejected. Because the 2 voters, again, who voted provisionally, their provisional ballots were dealt with in a different process. Yep.
But there were 2 that we, so on the.
So we
columns,
already
have 2
counted
and
2.
10.
We already counted 2. We're gonna count 1 more, assuming there's no naked ballot and all those other certain things notwithstanding. And then there will be, so we'll have to modify the vote on M to be 3 counted and 9 rejected. But let's open the ballot and make sure it's not naked.
Who do I give this?
Not naked, that there's a ballot in there, and that
Right.
they filled in the bubble, at least one bubble on the ballot.
I think it's good to give the board the update, but it doesn't change their
Security
decisions.
envelope. Now what, can I open?
Okay.
I'm gonna pass it down since I read the name.
All right,
That way I don't look at the ballot anyways.
so we have a security envelope, contains a ballot. And they filled in bubbles, but we have a write-in. So, lovely. So I think we're going to need a precinct 17 hard copy. Well, no, we could try scanning it in. See if it'll take it. They used pencil.
I have this, it should be working now.
All good, Steve?
Yeah. See if the
Okay.
scanner will take it.
Okay, so the board then needs to take action to accept that one ballot, which for those of you keeping score in the audience would change column M to read 12 total, 3 counted, and 9 rejected.
I'll make the motion to accept the ballot as presented.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. All of those in favor of accepting that ballot, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, that is accepted then. Changing those numbers in item M from 2 and 10 to 3 and 9.
I think that's it.
And if we're lucky, the penciled ballot will scan.
If not,
They'll remake it.
Figure it out.
we'll earn another one.
Okay.
But when you're ready, I mean, we have things to do.
Okay. So there's nothing else that, at this time?
I think we've covered everything on the agenda. There's no new business. You can just go through the upcoming meetings.
Okay. So we will be meeting on Thursday, beginning at 1 o'clock, for the statistical audit and counts of challenge ballots, but I think we're done with that, right? This was it, right?
What?
The counts of challenge, or those are the ballots that the challenge was raised
The
from
challenge
this past
ballots last week, if no
there's
further
a-
appeals are taken, we will have to.
week. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
We'll want
So
to do
will
that.
be-
We'll do that first thing on Thursday. But anybody who had to provide ID would have had to have provided it by today. So we've resolved anything that was, so for those of you keeping score in the audience, if anybody in provisionals was pending ID, we're not counting them.
They've run out of time. Okay, and then moving forward to Tuesday, we have a meeting at 3 o'clock on Tuesday, the 19th, for certification. And anything related to a potential recount is TBD. So at this time, I would take a motion to adjourn to executive, or to enter executive session.
I will make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to enter executive session. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we're entering exec session at 5:32 then.
So all the ballots are counted.